Good morning. Dr. Gary here on the road. We are dental practice brokers nationwide. We sell dental practices. I was a dentist for 25 years, and now we've been doing the dental practice brokerage for 13 years with a staff of 10. Today's topic is anatomy of a dental practice sale that got delayed and began to fall apart. We'll get into exactly what happened. Again, everything we tell you is a live action as it's breaking. We don't have time to go into a studio and record these things, so they could have happened 24, 48 hours ago, and we're always working. So we now have 10. It's a beautiful day out, by the way. It's finally a little springtime. I just got over the Verrazano Bridge. Drove from Queens, New York, through Brooklyn to the Verrazano Bridge early Saturday morning. Normally that's packed with traffic, but it's so densely populated there. I guess they're happy living there, but that's a real challenge. There's constantly traffic, but Saturday morning, it's a little bit easier. Not too much activity. It feels great to get out of there. So anyway, we just looked at another practice today in Queens. We have 10 employees. I was a dentist for 25 years. We've been doing this for 13 years, the dental practice brokerage. And we also have 2 CPA accountants that helps us coordinate and organize everything. It's a huge help. Most brokers do not have CPA accountants, and we have 2 of them. So that helps us give you a great product and go to closing. Now, our phone number is 201-663-0935. And our website is dentalpracticeguide.com or nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com. You can always reach us. The phones are answered, and you can reach us 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. East Coast time every day except Christmas and Easter. The phone is picked up constantly. So we're here to serve you and take care of everything. Now, we also want you to know that this information we're going to give you today is for entertainment purposes. It's not legal or business advice. Everything we tell you is our opinion only. Also, another advantage working with us is if you're thinking about selling to a DSO, we can help you with that. They usually take larger practices, over $1 million, over 5 chairs and more. The bar is moving up. The DSO world is changing as we speak. There's consolidation going on. Their target has risen of what they want to buy. It used to be 1.2, 1.3. Now they want 1.78. It used to be 4 or 5 chairs are okay. Now they want 6, 7, 8 chairs. Everything's changing. So we see these changes and we're here to help you. We don't work for them, but we can help you pick and choose. Now, majority of time, our commission is paid by the DSO. We don't work for them, but it's paid. And when you work with us, often I can get your legal fees reimbursed upon successful closing, based on certain criteria, of course. But we've done that a number of times. So the the topic today is, delays leading to possibly a deal falling apart, and the anatomy why this is happening. Well, it started off with they chose the wrong attorney that was not involved in dental. They didn't know dental. But as a friend of the friend, and supposedly they did deals, they said, I'm comfortable with my attorney. I've said hundreds of times, please use a dental attorney. Well, they decided to use this dental attorney because they did one deal with them. A dental attorney is doing like 20 deals a year, minimum 20 deals a year. So that's what a great dental attorney is all about. They know it. They know the banks, they know the other attorneys, and things go, and they know how the system works, and they're there to protect you. But the doctor, the seller, insisted on their own attorney, and it led to about a 45, 50-day delay in the processing of this deal going forward, buying a dental practice. The issue was, while we should be working on everything simultaneously, that is, once a letter of intent is given, you should be negotiating with the landlord, negotiating the lease, negotiating on the dental contract, and negotiating getting your financing finalized. Everybody we bring is pre-approved, but you've got to still get it finalized through their departments, through the underwriting department at the bank. So what happened was, while they should have been negotiating with the landlord, the seller's attorney was dragging their feet and didn't want to do things didn't want to permit the buyer to do things simultaneously, especially talking to the landlord. They were afraid if they spoke to the landlord, at least, there'd be a problem, the deal didn't go through. But you've got to start somewhere. So we lost 45 days, almost 50 days, I'd say 50 days at least, because we couldn't simultaneously negotiate with the landlord, negotiate the dental contract, and take care of their financing. It just kept slowing up everything because the attorney wanted to go one step at a time. Okay, so what happened now on this deal after 50 days of delay? Okay, finally we're ready, and they agree on the dental contract, and we can next proceed to the next steps, such as the lease negotiations and contact the landlord. Well, it turns out the landlord's kind of a headache as it is. We started losing more time because it was a very slow pace. The landlord is very demanding, wasn't complying, wasn't returning phone calls. It was a mess. Then now we're 50 days beyond. Well, we should have been 50 days ahead, taking care of these things. That is lease negotiation, financing, dental contract negotiation. Generally the seller's attorney writes that dental contract. So we lost all this time. What happened in that lost time, and why is this deal maybe falling apart? Well, what happened was, I couldn't predict it. Nobody can predict it. Everybody says, why are you pushing, Dr. Gary? I say, I push because we want to get the deal done so it always works out better, because more time on deals runs into problems. What happened now? Okay, we lost the 50 days because the attorney was taking their time, and they weren't a player in my book. They wouldn't listen to me. The buyer, it's two buyers. The buyer, number one, gets disabled. Was in a sporting accident, taking a few risks and so forth, and led to a dislocated shoulder and a fracture, I think, of one of the fingers or something. I think they're playing tennis, took a dive or do something like that. The fact remains that they're out now for a period of time. Now they're focusing on their injury. They had a job, and now they can't work at the job, and they're nervous. At the same time, we lost the 50 days now. What else happened? One of the partner's spouse files for divorce. It's like, oh, this can't be happening. Divorce? This is absolutely crazy. So we have disability divorce. I don't know what's going to happen now. As of right now, I've got to start looking. I've got to have a backup buyer. That's the only way to do it. That's what we do. We don't stop. We don't relax until 5 minutes after the closing. I think that's what makes us different. I don't just assume this buyer is going to closing. I have to have a backup plan all the time that something may happen. I didn't know that the one buyer is getting divorced, so psychologically their mind is spent. And the other one, dislocated shoulder and finger fracture. It's like another two of these now are just sitting because they just are, they have too much on their plate right now. You have one with a physical disability, other with an emotional disability. So this deal is getting, we lost 50 days. And now I'm going to probably start looking for second backup buyers because they're not stepping up to the plate so fast. These are the problems that happen. You must have a dental attorney. If I have to tell you 100 times, get a seasoned dental attorney. Not somebody you know or they've been very nice to you. Forget that. It's dental attorneys. If you want to get the deal done, okay? And time is of the essence. You can't, I'm not saying push everything through. I'm saying do it in a timely fashion you're comfortable with. But you've got to get it done. The deal has to go to closing, and you've got to move with speed. I do recall, and I tell you, and I told you this on other tapes, remember, it was March 4th, 2020. I was pushing for this deal, pushing. People were saying, you're too aggressive, take it easy. March 4th, 2020. We pushed the deal, we closed the deal. What happened on March 11th, 2020? COVID. The world shut down. The president essentially shut down the United States. And who would know? We got that deal done on the 4th. And had we not, would it ever have closed? Or would they have given the doctor a lower value, perhaps? And that's what happens. So bear that in mind all the time. Push in a comfortable way that you know everything that's going on, but get those deals closed. Don't sit around. I realize for you buyers, this is a first-time event, first time you're buying anything so big. Well, you've just got to listen to as many YouTubes like this channel, read as much as you can, talk to as many people, get the deal done. All right? Signing off, going to the Jersey Shore now. They have another practice to see. I'm excited about that. That's nice. That's a whole estate. Beautiful building, house, dental office. It's really nice. So, but I'm going to probably stop off, have a little fun today on the way down there. I'm stopping off at the flea market to see what great deals I can get so I can give my buyers and sellers. I love shopping. All right, team, hold on. So we're like beginning of April, but we're going to have the new flyer going out that has all the new practices. I think there's 11 of them on there. We just sent another one out 2 weeks ago. I think we have 11 new practices to sale all over the country, so get on it. Right now we're in, I think we're in Virginia, Georgia. I believe we're starting Massachusetts again, our marketing campaign, so keep your eyes open for that. So listen to these tapes. We now have like 273 videos. And we have over 6,500 views. So in a small dental community, that's pretty good. All right, we're excited. We're going to work today. It's a beautiful day. And let's see what fun we can have at the flea market. Yeah, bye now.